Okay, are we live? Yes, very good. So, what's happening is I just did one and I'm doing another one now. So, all these different things that are happening, I will show the paperwork later. But this represents my one of my claims off of the Italian Globe, and it's ZUR, and in code form it's KFC chicken, and I'm not a fucking chicken. Sorry, I swore, but I'm not a chicken. Bok, bok, bok. You're the chicken that's going to be running with your head cut off, not me. I'm done with all your guys' stuff. So here we go with the Milky Way and how all the fish work and how they run up the river to spawn and everything else. I worked on the tugboats and I worked on the log booms and so, doing a bunch of work on the log booms, and then I received this big, huge crib board. I never seen such a big crib board in my life, so it's sort of cool. And it's somebody won a, I guess he got a perfect game. So, yeah, it's even got January 29th, 1982, and actually, my mom would be 82 right now if she was still here. But in my mind, she's always going to be here with me till the day I go, and hopefully after I go, she's still going to be in my mind 'cause she gave me birth at the end, not from my father first. That was all fun and dandy, but when your mother gives you birth, it's a whole different situation. And what happens is she risked her life to give you birth. So you better appreciate your mother, and hopefully she ain't a mother like some people that we know that are running our country right now, which is not going to be because the Space Force is going to be coming and taking them all out. And there's 3 Chinese police stations in Canada right now waiting to do the job to take out all the integrated police, integrated everything. So everything's integrated with some bad people and they need to go bye-bye. And I'm the fire horse, and I came from the water, from the Mayan calendar, Pisces, and it's Aquariuses, and my mom and dad are the Aquariuses, and I'm the fire horse, and I'm steamed and pissed because I didn't get my title in 2012 with all the other lords that were supposed to take their lordship, but these stupid cockroaches are a bunch of cockroaches, and you know what we do with cockroaches? Well, it depends where you live, because if you're living in one of the dumps downtown, there's a zillion of them, even the ones that are the people. So y'all better start waking up. Now, this represents the boat I used to work on. The first one was the Taz. Ooh, the Tasmanian Devil. You ever see that commercial? He whips around in a storm, doesn't he? I can't even do that very good now. I was trying to get razzled up, but my throat's just gonzoed. So these things are made from the code of the pool balls. So that's really cool. Now, this is our log booms, and here's our toe. We either have logs that are all piled on top of each other, or we have sticks, and they're all in a row, a little bit tighter than that, but you get the drift, right? Get it? The drift. Hopefully the drift's going in your direction so you're not wasting all your energy. So if you're swimming and you go in the water, swim, pick a point on the shore if you're having issues, and swim to the point with the current, and you'll get there twice as fast, and you'll make it. Don't go near the booms because you might get dragged under. But just remember, there's always a chain in between certain spots, so if you do get in that kind of a predicament, you can save yourself by grabbing that chain and standing on it and getting out of the water. So that's a real good tip, I hope. Now, that's the boat and all the gear and everything on it. And it's pretty awesome. I guess hopefully you can see what's going on here. And now I was going to the Hare Krishna temple and met some good people and met some crooks. So the crooks are crooks and the good people are the good people. Seems like us good people always get shysted by these people, and they're all going to be outed out because since 2020, it's been 2020 vision. And then there was a code on 2021, and everybody was 121 or 21, depending if you were born in the 1900s or the 2000s. 2000s, you're 21, like your second digits of your birth date, and uh, your age. So if you add them up, that's how old you were going to be. And now we're 123, which is ABC. And I told my buddies in hockey that this was going to be ABC. Hey, Al. Hey, Robert. And Robert just got his A sewn on, and that was his last season. So that was pretty unreal. So now what's happening is I keep doing stuff, and I get sidelined by doing my work. So this is like the horseshoe theory, the turtle theory. There's all these theories. Well, we're going to put the theories to rest because usually it's reality. Sorry to say, but so, and how this fits on here perfectly. It's just like, see? And what happened when I burnt this one? There's a horse in the horseshoe. Like, you can't make this up. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. I just burnt some Heal All tea from Dr. Morris. And then I got some other tea from my son, which is Dr. Daryl Wolf, which is the most awesome guy ever, going around the whole planet, giving us the knowledge on what we should be doing about our bodies to make them healthy. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. He's the lion heart. He's got the heart of a lion, that boy. Holy. And when he gets all ridiculous slapping his face with that little slapper that he's got, he's just like, holy Christ. So I was cooking a roast, and I thought I'd put the lid in there so it would be not in the so much of the juice and stuff. So what happened is when I opened it up, this was pinned. It was like stuck until I cooled it off, and it popped off. But look at the shape it made. Unbelievable, eh? And I also got this all burnt in here. I'm probably going to clean this one out and reuse it. And that's the lid that fell off a long time ago. I just kept it, so. But it's really cool how that goes with this, and this goes with this, and then this goes on here, and then this goes over his head. And ostriches don't put their head in the ground. The turtle might, but he puts it into his shell. So it's pretty cool. Now this represents the father first, and that's the angel that falls into the water and then gets trapped, and then he becomes a seaman, and then when you come out, you're you. So I added this symbol on it, and it's an E and an A, and it's a 3 and an E. And then there's a dome right there, and that's us. And then that's the levelness of the earth. And that is unbelievable. So that's a little white ball, and it goes around and around, and there's the bank, and that's the box, and that's what comes out of the box is the baby. So that's really cool. And then there's the hole. That's missing the cap to hold the money in, but that's the money shot right there, right? And it also could be the bridle to the boat, to the tow that we tow. And where it's sitting in between is BC. That's 3 and 2 and 3 is 23. So 23 is W. And it's also a B and a C. So there you go. And all the gear and all everything else. Now here is the weirdest thing ever. I got these pistons off the scale that's over there, and I'll tell you that when I went on a different film. But the pistons were on there. I had this horseshoe that guy stuck in there, and it just scrapes in. It just scrapes in. It's unbelievable how tight it goes in. And then I put some magnets, and then I put the guide for the saw, and then I got the crib boards from the dollar store, and I got the compass from Walmart, And this is a 75 crib board, and that's a 121 crib board. So what happens is the 75 represents the tides that turn. So what happens is when I turn this, it turns the tide. See that? Isn't that cool? So we have a bridge that we shoot the wood through, and they have to open the bridge. So when it opens, it closes, but that's the tide. It turns, and that's on the little board. That's the 75 board, and I think this was all made for me because this was all planted on the street. And then we got the P's and Q's, and then we have to have that because we don't have it anymore because our prime minister is a douchebag. Sorry to say. And there's the dartboard, and then there's all the other stuff that I've done, and then this is the Holy Grail. And now I'm going to have the Holy Grail because I have to go to the bathroom. So when I fill it full of water, it pisses out of a little hole. And then when I put it in the water, until it fills to the top, and it'll get lower and lower because the pressure's getting lower and lower. And then it'll stop, but there'll still be air trapped in there. It won't go any higher. So that's pretty cool. And when I put it the other way, that's what I have to do right now too. So see, and there's codes on it, so there's letters and stuff. I'll show you later what the letters and stuff are and what it all represents. But I got this from Value Village for $7.99, and what happens is all the Masons and Templars were dying, so all their stuff was going here. And then I got a bunch of stuff that's sort of electrical things that go in here. So, and they're plates, and then this is Magnetic North, uh, Mother Nature, and Mary of Nazareth stands on Mother Nature. And then there's the North Star above, so that's the connection. And if we take certain kinds of antennas, we can drag the power from the air, from the moisture. So, and there's the dartboard, so I link the dartboards, the crib boards, the dice, the snooker game, the pool balls. Everything is linked to a code, and it's the most flawless thing you'll ever come across ever. And then I got the hummingbird over there and its little home there, and it's really cool. I love the color of it. That's why I bought it. I didn't have any money, but there was only one like that, and I just had to have it, so I starved for 4 days till I got my money from my check, just to help others. And then we got some other stuff going on here, which will be described on the next video. So I'm going to have to shut it down now. And then we're going to find out all about the paperwork here. You know, like this is the fire horse, and then you know how it all works. And then there's a plate in the other room that's got a J and an N on it. So I'll show you that later. It's all them plates I started off on in the other video. So this was just a run through. And then one man's junk is another man's treasure. So when we were going to look for the wood to burn at the Krishna building, further, yeah, they were burning some stuff. It was to represent something. So this is pretty cool. It looks like a peacock or a pheasant. If I paint it, I could paint it like a white-ringed pheasant, white-necked ringed pheasant. And then I got also A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. And the code to this is the 1111 and 4117. My mom was born in 41 on the 17th day, and they were married. My mom and dad were married at a church that was 1111, and they're both Aquariuses and got married right in between their birth dates. It's really cool. And my dad missed being a rooster by 2 days. He's a monkey. I always thought he was the rooster, but he was a monkey. But you know what? These people have changed time and all this other stuff, so maybe they did that to make him the monkey. I don't know. So, A, Elizabeth, IOUY. There you go for that one. And then that's the grid that I made for them plates in there. And that's what you make out of pipe. And then you run the water through it, and it runs this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and they all go back and forth from each other. And there's another plate that goes over top of it, and that's what gives you your power from the water. So we can get it from the air, get it from the water. It's a central heating and cooling system for your house. So you make that before you put your foundation up. You put it in the ground, and then your water's moving underneath your house, creating pressure, and it's moving and doing whatever you need, and it makes it into the special water instead of sitting and stagnant in a stupid pipe. These people are just a bunch of losers. And it's cut time. It's time to go get 'em, boys. 'Cause it's the fire horse. I know who I am now. Space Force, go get 'em all. You've been waiting patiently, I know it. This has been strung along long enough, and I'm tired of it. 'Cause it's 7-Eleven all day long. And then there's a code in the cigarettes, and it's 1011. And I wouldn't have known that, but somebody was coming here with smokes. I don't smoke cigarettes. I think they're disgusting. That's the only thing my mom and dad did that was stupid, is drive around us to the hockey game, and we smelled like a cigarette. That was gross. That's the only thing. The only thing wrong that ever happened. Perfect parents. You'd love to have my parents. They were awesome. This represents the semen that goes to swim to find the rosy red egg that it's going to smash into, so you have the perfect spirit from both your parents. Mom and dad. That's who made you. That's who created you. But there's somebody else that has the spirit, and it put the spirit in you at the end when you take your breath of fresh air and you start screaming, and you're supposed to have a tuning fork to your frequency. You're supposed to have your special water to your frequency. Then you'll live forever, and you might not even have to eat food. But I want to eat the fruit that I used to pick off the top of the trees when I lived in Queensboro. And I want the ditches so I can jump them and fall in, and maybe take some little tadpoles and put them in and watch how they grow and everything else. And you fucking wrecked everything. Sorry I swore, but I'm getting pissed off at these people that have been doing this. And the tides used to rise. They still rise every day, twice a day, up and down. And there's a rest in between the ups and the downs. So there's always a rest in between all of it. Yet the water always falls. And you fall, you dive, you trip, you fall. It's nothing to do with magneticity, because that's from magnets. And it's not gravity, it's you fell. The magnets are the push and the pull, and that's what gravity is, if you didn't know. Now this represents the Rosicrucians. Look how this all fits on this perfectly, all the little humps and bumps, and then there's a piece of wood underneath that's got codes on it that I drew up, and it made fish. So there you go. Thank you very much. I got lots of crystal stuff too as well, and then I got all the righteous things right here, right? Oh, I got flowers in there. I got this. Oh, that thing's really cool. We'll have to elaborate on that later. And then these men that were made all different, and if we make something out of clay that resembles us, because we're not made out of fucking clay, you dumbasses. Them are the terracotta men, and when you run the water through it, it gives you your special water. I'm sick of you fucking doing this. And the CO2 And the air, that's all about the trees and the dark and the light. And if you didn't know that, you're a fucking bonehead and you're not changing anything. And Facebook and YouTube and all you bastards better do your job because you're next. It's over. Fuck you. Tired of the bullshit. Trudeau, you pant load. Mr. Saco, you're gonna have shit floating in them shoes. Sorry, I have to get angry. I don't want to. Ah! Don't make Michael burn you. All the different things I collected along my way. People leaving it behind. I don't want to leave nothing behind. I just cleaned it and organized it. I got shit all over the place that I did and collected. I got it all, and now it's time to present. Now I present it. Now it's time to take you all out. And don't fill one of these up and have a rag plug it and it blow up, because that's what happened to me, and it blew up. I had to go to the hospital, and lucky I wasn't still over it the way I was in the original, because I wouldn't even be saying anything to you. And the paperwork says, because this ancient gematria is flawless, if you use your heart and your soul and your spirits, well, it tells me that it was a 50-50 chance that I was going to die. And yeah, there's more to that than meets the eye, and I'll tell you later. So this is all righteous stuff on the 66er. I love you all. We were the only grade 7 class that had rugby. So there you go. And there's my, in 81, I started with my dad laying carpet, and I was only 15 years old. And 81 is when Princess Di and Prince Charles got married. And I got something for that later.